All right, back for the dreaded part 3. Example 3, Apple appliances can sell X hundred wood burning stoves. So this right away has got us a little bit worried. Um, but we'll see. It's not so bad. We're given some of the cost and price functions. So it's maybe similar to example 1 back here. What we had to get our own cost and number functions, right? This is a little bit different because we want to find the greatest possible profit. So that's a little bit different, and we'll talk about that soon. So what are we given? We're given um, that the price is set at that. So the price, and we're given a cost function, and I'm not going to copy it out yet. Um, Great. What do I want? I want to find the maximum profit. The old corporate greed question. Maximize profit. Notice it's not maximizing revenue this time, and it's not minimizing cost this time. It's maximize profit, and get some help with from some business people. What's profit? Well, profit is just revenue minus cost, right? And I want to find the maximum profit. So I need to find a profit function and then take the derivative. The cost, yeah, no problem. I'm going to put that in there. That's great. But what's the revenue? Well, remember, revenue is the number sold times the cost, times the price, rather, price that we charge for one. That's the revenue. Well, what does it say? It can sell X hundred wood burning stoves. So number sold, if X is the 100, how many sold? Well, that would be 100X then, X hundred. Um, the price is that number right there. So, well, should I have that as 100? No, that's just the price function. The price function has already got the hundreds involved there. So that's the revenue, and I can expand that if I wanted to. Why not? So what's the profit function? Then the profit function is this revenue function, subtract revenue, subtract the cost function, which I scribbled out before, but it's this big number, 200,000 plus 8,000x plus 125x squared, and then you get, and I'm actually going to skip the details in this. It's been a long lesson. Um, you end up bing, 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 and then set this equal to 0. Oh, wait, let's do it. What the heck? Hasn't been that long, and you're like you're listening to me anyway. You're fast forwarding me anyway, so I'm going to keep going. Let's collect some like terms. So I see the negative 500 and that's negative 625x squared, positive 35,000. Is that right? 35,000? Sure. 35,000 and negative 8,000 is positive 27,000x, and then minus, we want the maximum profit, and that happens when um, that is equal to 0. Well, let's take the derivative first. That's 1250x plus 27,000. That disappears. Set the derivative, marginal profit in the old business sense. Set that equal to 0, and I've got um, I think if my notes are right, I get around, X is around 21.6. Um, and so the question is, uh, and I can calculate this, right? I can, you know, get out this and profit and then endpoints. One might ask, I said, well, if this is in hundreds of stoves, so is this like 2,000, 2,160 stoves, or does it have to be to the nearest hundred of stoves? And this is a good question. This is a good question. Um, first of all, I should figure out why is it in hundreds of stoves. If it was in hundreds of stoves, because that's how the factory's set up, it does hundreds of stoves at a time, then this should be a whole number. I should stick to this one and this one, but that's probably the maximum, or even with another decimal near, round to the nearest stove. But should I automatically say that this is closer because this number is closer to this? No, I need to check. You would need to check both of these for the maximum profit, both rounded numbers. So, well, why? Why isn't it just the closest one? Well, you never know. The function could do something very strange. And it could be where if this is 21 and this is 22, the maximum happens here at 21.6. It could be that it's decreasing quickly there, right? And maybe the maximum's supposed to happen here. That maybe it's decreases quickly to the end and not so quickly after that. Maximum happens at 21.6. Maybe something like that happens. So we do have to be careful if it has to be a whole number of hundreds of stoves that we round and check. So what would we say? I don't, I don't really care too much about that, but uh, if we, read carefully the question, we should take care. The maximum profit is realized when the company produces about 21 point, 21.600 to 2,160 stoves. And of course, we could pound that into our calculator and get some huge profit number. It's going to be a big number, right? You put in 21 in there, it's going to be a big number. I'm going to let you do that on your own. It's been a long few days on optimization. Next is good, clean, fun related rates.